team in 5A, and they are the number 2 overall team in the state of Arizona. The award-winning Cool FM Sports, powered by SSVEC, welcomes you to Buena Girls Soccer as the 13-0-1 Buena Fighting Colts take on the 6-4 Cienega Bobcats. This is a tale of two teams. It's very interesting to see the way that these two teams have played their last 3 games. For example, in their last 3 games, the Buena girls have scored 22 goals. But not to be outdone, the Cienega Bobcats in their last 3 games have scored 25 goals. We are expecting an absolute offensive dominant game this evening. It will all come down to goalkeepers, and the Buena High School goalkeeper, number 0, Adelina Ortega, has her work cut out for her, but she has faced this season with absolute ferocity at goal. Buena High School's points for and points against, 70-6. They've only given up 6 goals over the course of 14 games. It's absolutely incredible, and we're so glad to be bringing you this game here tonight. We don't know where this is finding you, but we are indoors inside the broadcast booth where I sat with Sheriff Mark Daniels for about 6 seasons covering Buena High School football inside the booth named after Steve Kurtz and Kevin Carolan. It is an honor to be joining you here tonight at Buena High School in Sierra Vista. The only blemish on Buena's record, if you can call it a blemish, is that tie. And that tie took place 1 week ago tonight. It was a 2-2 draw against Micah Mountain. Other than that, Buena has put together an absolutely incredible season, and all led by number 1, Paige Goodman. Paige Goodman talking to her goalkeeper in pink right there that Todd is showing you on the screen before Adelina Ortega ends up going back into goal. Paige Goodman giving high fives to the rest of her team. She is number 1, and she is the top player in the state of Arizona, if not one of the top players in the state of Arizona, and you get to see her live. Boy, we wish you were here with us, but since you're not, pull up a chair, put this thing on a big screen, because you are watching the Buena Colts, one of the top teams in the entire state of Arizona, the number 1 team in 5A, the number 2 team overall, and they are ready to kick it off here tonight. 40 minutes on the clock as Cienega starts with the ball. Cienega wearing their white jerseys, Buena wearing their home black jerseys tonight, looking amazing. Kicking the ball up ahead down that sideline. They're playing on the football field for Buena High School here. Looks like it'll be a throw-in for Cienega right away. Now, again, we talked about how Buena has had these 70-6 points, 4 points against. Cienega Bobcats sitting at 6-4. That's no laughing matter either. They have 42 points for and 15 against. So in their 10 games, they've only given up 15 goals, but that is what is going to propel Buena High School to what we believe will be a large victory here tonight. Looks like a free kick for Buena inside the circle right at center pitch as they get ready to get the offense in gear. Big kick by number 3, Abigail Lewis. Ends up going back to that back line of Buena wearing their black jerseys. Again, we're used to seeing Buena wearing blue and white. Instead, tonight they're wearing the black jerseys with white numbers on the back. That kick across the field was a little bit errant, but Buena still maintains control. It was Jeff Davenport and Todd Ryan hanging out together here inside the Steve Kurtz, Kevin Carolan booth at Buena High School. That ball gets kicked out of bounds, and it appears to be a corner kick for Buena. The first corner of the game coming less than 2 minutes into this game here tonight. Wonder if we can try to, do you think you can? Nope, that doesn't work. Looks like you can only go that far. So experimenting around with YouTube. Cienega ends up clearing it momentarily and then pushes Buena back a little bit further. The pinball bouncing around. 59 degrees outside with a wind. I'm sure it feels like it's a little bit cooler. Everybody here in the stands, they're all decked out in their hoodies and jackets. They've got some comfy chairs in the bleachers. And they're ready to see Buena in action, but a kick ahead. Going to Cienega, a lot of arm fighting there as they are twisting their arms together. The Buena coach with his arms held out at his side going, hey, where's the call? So Buena will have a free kick. 0-0 score, almost 3 minutes in, 40-minute halves for the ladies here. And at halftime, we'll actually have a special interview. If you missed the Cool FM Sports Show this weekend, you will be pleased to know that Paige Goodman was a special guest of the sports show. And we've got her interview coming at halftime of the guys there at the sports show, talking to her about her high school career. She is a senior and how she is going to be getting ready to finish out this season, hoping for a state championship run. And then what her next steps are. You're going to hear it all coming up in just a second. There we go. Todd's doing a great job behind the camera, figuring out this YouTube thing that we're streaming from. It is streaming from the YouTube page. Thanks so much to Doggo Lotto Dan back in the studio, bringing up the graphics here for you, showing you all of our fantastic sponsors. Again, a game presented by SSVEC. And we'll talk about our other sponsors as this evening rolls along. That back line of Buena, you think that they've only given up 6 goals over the course of their season. It's not just about the goalkeeper. It's also about that back line protecting the goalkeeper. And that back line, number 4, number 8, and number 7, that is Haymore, and Kerr that are doing the heavy lifting on that fullback line of Buena, protecting Adelina Ortega, the goalkeeper, and making sure that the shots that she ends up taking are manageable or reasonable. They are the last line of defense. They're kind of playing keep away here. There's a push up ahead. A lot of hustle from the girls. That was a big bump against the sideline, the near sideline. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Cienega. Again, Cienega wearing their white jerseys, Buena wearing their black jerseys. The kick goes back to Ortega, almost trips over the ball there outside the goalkeeper's box. This looks like one attacker possibly going to do something, decided not to there for Cienega. 5 minutes gone here in this first half. 0-0 game, 0-0. And a game brought to you by the MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by MORSE. Buena on the right side of the field that they want to be on, kicking the ball all the way across. That had some force on it. And they're going to say that was out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Cienega, quick throw-in. They know they need to get off to a hot start, and Buena has not allowed them to do that thus far in this game. Cienega gets the ball back and not even able to get it to mid-pitch. There's Paige Goodman looking for something, anything, to try to get a turn as the ball ends up going back to the midline. That will be kicked out of bounds, and it'll be a Buena throw-in. Got the ball shaggers there on the far side of the field. Number 5, Haley Dale throwing in. That goes out of bounds, so it will be a goal kick for Cienega. This team has done amazing things over the course of this season with only 2 games left they can have. Should they win tonight and then win their final 2 games, they will have that undefeated mark, with their only tie being Micah Mountain 1 week ago tonight, that 2-2 game. And I got a feeling they might see Micah Mountain again in the playoffs. But we got to get through this game and 2 more before we get there. Cienega with a throw-in. Crossing the midline. pushing the ball up ahead to one of their forwards, and that's getting kicked out of bounds. That ball will roll forever down the track as Cienega will throw in deep inside Buena territory. There are a lot of black jerseys there. There are not a lot of white jerseys. Looking at that, at the way the defense is set, it would be very difficult for Cienega to score. Looks like it's 7-on-5 with a couple of midfielders that are probably a good 30 yards outside the goalkeeper's box. So a lot of defense there for Buena. As they try to get control back, they're going to have a whistle for offside. So free kick for Buena. And they will let Adelina come up from the goalkeeper's box to kick it. It is a 0-0 game, as you can see on your screen, because you are looking live at the game of the week here at Buena High School. Jeff Davenport, Todd Ryan hanging out with you here inside the very warm conditions. Hey, big thanks to Buena High School Athletic Director Cole Colvin for setting us up in here. Much better than being outside, because Todd wore his short sleeves. I mean, he's from Wisconsin. He can handle these 50, 59 degree temperatures like a champ, just because his blood is made of cheese. So because of his Wisconsin cheese blood, he's able to hang in there much better than me with my, Arizona thin skin. But it's nice having this little room here, and this little room has a lot of history in it. This is where Steve Kurtz and Kevin Carolan from 1978 to 2018 called Buena High School football games. That's why this booth is named after them. And it's always an honor to step in here to this booth for all the work that they did. We know they're watching over this team. We know how much they loved Buena High School. They loved high school sports. They loved the competition and Buena being their best. To put it in perspective, when I played, not on this field, but when I played for Buena High School at the old Buena field, they were the sports broadcasters for my games and for my state championship run that our team had back in the fall of 1993. So it is always an honor to step up and be in their shoes, if just for a few moments, on a Thursday night in Sierra Vista, January 22nd. Glad we can be here and glad that you're here with us. Please do us a favor, share this video around, let everybody know that Buena High School girls soccer is the talk of the town. There's a big shot to Paige. No, not in time to Paige Goodman. Can she race it down? She's running it down. Who did it go off of? They're saying it went off of Paige, and it will be a goal kick for Cienega. Just over 10 minutes into this half, 0-0. An interesting score here to start tonight. Again, Cienega has scored 25 goals in their last 3 games. Buena has scored 22 goals in their last 3 games. That's almost 50 goals combined. And over 10 minutes in, it's 0-0. And it's been kind of a back and forth, feel each other out, maybe not necessarily a full control of the ball at any time. I don't even think we've had a shot on goal just yet. But we know they're coming. They'll be coming fast and furious. Hopefully very soon, as Buena has the ball, cutting it across to the midfielder, now getting it, trying to kick it past the forward for Cienega. As it is a sprint to the ball. Ortega is lined up for a kick that would be coming her way, if not for that Buena defense being able to smother the ball and take it away, at least momentarily. You can hear the crowd through this glass. I mean, maybe we can open this door a little bit and get a little bit of action here and have some of the fans cheering. I don't want to get Todd cold, though. I don't want you to, if you get too cold, you let me know and I'll shut that door, Todd. So which team will strike first? Cienega kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Buena deep in their own territory. 0-0 game. Thanks so much to Doggo Lotto Dan back in the studio. And thank you to American Southwest Credit Union. They're here to cheer on our hometown athletes. Of course, they believe that youth sports builds character and the kind of community spirit that makes us proud. At ASCU, your money stays local right here. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Check the post description for all of our sports sponsors. And Dan the man will have those rotating on the screen for you to see. And of course, we'd always love for you to patronize those sports sponsors. You see them out in the community. You see these owners, managers in the community. Please do us a favor. Give them a big high five and tell them thank you for helping make this coverage possible. A Cienega player goes down after a collision away from the ball. Slow to get up, pushes herself up. That's number 1 for Cienega, as they will march the ball back closer to midfield, which is where they'll have a free kick, as Cienega ends up having maybe a third or fourth chance to score. No shots on goal just yet for Adelina Ortega to defend. That is a high kick, one bounce, and that is in the arms of Adelina. So technically that is the first shot on goal for Cienega, as Adelina comes up on a one-hopper to be able to get that ball, throw it back out to her team. But pretty quickly it ends up coming back to the back line of Buena, kicking it straight out of bounds, softly out of bounds actually. As Cienega will go and do a throw-in. 26.5 minutes to play here in this first half. 40-minute halves for the girls, and that ball will be kicked straight to Adelina, standing on the opposite side of the line to be able to do a goal kick. And rather than kicking the ball a country mile, she gives it to one of her fullbacks. Oh, it slips underneath the midfielder, but gets in the educated feet of Paige Goodman. Paige makes the turn. She's one of the top high school athletes in the entire state of Arizona, much less the top soccer player in the state of Arizona. And they need to put 2 bodies on her, and they deflect it out of bounds, and Paige will have another corner kick. And it appears number 15 for Buena will go over and kick the corner. No, it was out of bounds. Looks like it's a throw-in. I thought it was going to be a corner kick, the way the official was pointing the flag. Again, a lot of defenders there. These two teams have not met each other this season. Big shot on goal, but stopped and bumped. They're going to say the goal does not count, as the Buena offensive player ended up bumping into the goalkeeper for Cienega. That caused her to lose the ball and drop it into her own net, but no goal. The big boot, one bounce away from mid-pitch. Now the passes for Buena, they're sharp, but they're just not on the mark. Will deflect out of bounds, be a Buena throw-in. Thank you to TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. 24-24 to play in this first half. A throw-in for Buena. More and more people showing up here tonight. There's a good contingency of parents, especially down in the student section this evening, that are here to watch their kids, the number 1 team in 5A, the number 2 team in the state overall, wearing their black jerseys tonight with the white numbers. But Cienega just seems to have all the right answers when Buena is trying to find that lock. The key that they have doesn't seem to work in the lock, because Cienega's defense has locked Buena down in a 0-0 game, nearly halfway home through this first half. I don't know what happened there. The throw-in, they said it was Cienega. Now they changed it to Buena. So Buena throws in deep in Cienega territory. And Cienega boots it back out to that back line, playing around mid-pitch. Here at Buena High School, it is Cienega versus Buena. Bobcats at Colts. 5A Southern Showdown. Nice left-footed kick stopped by the fullback for Cienega. Buena keeping it on their half of the field until right now. Now it's a 3-on-5 fast break. Ball kicked up ahead all the way to Ortega at goal. Nobody there to follow it up. She boots it ahead. And there is Paige Goodman coming up the left side, the near side. Notice how they put 2 people on her at all times. They know that she is the one to watch. Buena's back line keeping it in the Cienega half of the field. Thank you so much to Prestige Remodeling and Restoration. They've pioneered a visionary approach of customer-centric service. You can find them at prestigesierravista.com. They're the Turf Box sponsor of the one and only Doggo Lotto. Boy, Paige got hit there in the goalkeeper's area. Went down, but there was no whistle. That will go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Cienega. Thank you, seniors helping seniors, where the caregivers are seniors themselves who show up ready to exceed expectations. Check them out at southernarizonaSHS.com, or you can find their phone number in the post description. A 0-0 game. About a minute and a half away from the 20-minute mark. Walking the tightrope of that far out of bounds line. Again, it's weird seeing Buena wearing a black jersey, but it's a cool looking jersey though. Field conditions should be decent. They don't look like there might be areas where the grass is not as green or as fresh as other patches, but definitely not slick. There's been no precipitation recently, unless they've watered these fields to keep them hydrated. But other than that, playing conditions look clean. Not seeing a lot of slipping out on the field. No slipping or sliding, although the ball is slipping through Cienega's offensive production. As Buena retains control. Sharp kick. Finding Paige Goodman. She makes the turn. She's got one to beat on that left side. Makes a stop. Now there's 3 on her. In 2 different angles, she gets pushed. No whistle. Inside the box, gets right back up. Slide tackles the ball to her teammate. As Buena will stay on the attack. Now they kick it up ahead, but that's a little bit too hard. It will be a goal kick for Cienega. Surprising that these 2 juggernaut teams that have combined for over 45 goals in the last 3 games have not found the back of the net yet, and we are more than halfway through this first half here tonight. We'd love you to let us know where you're watching us from in the live chat. We hope you're enjoying this broadcast here. Thank you for sharing and tagging all your friends who enjoy high school girls soccer and seeing the best of the best, because you're looking at them in the black jerseys tonight. Buena High School, #1 in the 5A Southern, taking on their 5A Southern opponent, the Cienega Bobcats. Buena and Cienega. It's a chippy rivalry between these 2 teams, particularly when it comes to basketball, as there have been skirmishes, if not all-out brawls that have broken out between those teams. Cienega is on the move. Number 12 lines up to kick. It's partially deflected by one of the backs of Buena, but goes into the arms, the waiting arms of Adelina Ortega. Another shot on goal for the Bobcats. I believe that makes 3. Ortega has stopped all 3. None of them have been particularly challenging for her. Again, she's only given up 6 goals in 14 games. This Buena team, 13-0-1. Now, quicker than a hiccup, the ball gets back on the Buena side of the field, the Cienega side of the field, as Buena is on the attack. Looks like there's room to make a cross pass, which goes over the back of the goal, and that will be out of bounds and a goal kick. And it looks like there's some subs coming in for Cienega. So Cienega has a sub heading in with 18 minutes to go here in the first half. In a game that's brought to you by Jeff Rose and the entire team out at Desert RV in Huachuca City, aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising events. You can check them out at desertrvcenter.com. Powered by SSVEC. It's Jeff Davenport and Todd Ryan hanging out with you inside the friendly, warm confines of the broadcast booth that is named after Steve Kurtz and Kevin Carolan, two legendary broadcasters in our area. Just talked to Kevin Carolan's daughter yesterday. Always fun seeing her and speaking with her. And we see Steve Kurtz's daughter every now and then, as Brenda works for COCHISE College. Trying to find that area, and that was stopped. So technically a shot on goal as the goalkeeper picks up the ball. The fans here were cheering. I think there might be some Cienega fans here in the crowd. Might be the Cienega fans up in this upper section and the Buena fans all down in the front section, the student section. Page gets away, takes a shot on goal, and that one goes right into the arms, almost bending it like Beckham, aiming for that top right slot. Did not get the foot position to be able to angle it into that corner. So 2 straight shots on goal by Buena are defended well. A Buena player gets run over at midfield, comes up hobbling. She'll walk it off. These Buena girls are tougher than a $2 steak, Todd. They are tough. Thank you to Stan Greer Millworks, Southern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows with a distinguished history spanning 40 years. With offices out in Hereford and in Tucson, you can pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks. Learn more at stangreermillworks.com. It will be a goal kick for Cienega as we thank Eagle Plumbing, providing expert service in Cochise County for over 50 years. You can flush like an eagle, like Bobby Balsinger and his family. Family owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. They're just one call away. Eagle Plumbing, proud supporters of local sports. Thank you to all of our sports sponsors. You can see them in the post description. 0-0 game. Less than 15 minutes to go in this first half. Has Cienega found the answer to Buena's crazy offense? It seems that Buena's defense has found the answer to Cienega's offense. They've scored 25 goals in the last 3 games. Buena's put up 22. And there are none to show for, with only a handful of shots on goal combined. There's a lot of feeling each other out and moving the ball back and forth across the pitch tonight here at Buena High School. Be a throw in for Buena, wearing their black jerseys with white numbers on the back. Cienega wearing their white jerseys with black numbers on the back. Big throw in. So Cienega in control, gets it across midfield. A foot race to the ball. Buena back, kicks it to Adelina, who kicks it all the way out to midfield, where it's picked up by Buena, deflected off of Cienega, now kicked out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for Cienega. Boy, I'm not sure what they're going to have to talk about here at halftime in order to give themselves more offensive opportunities. Granted, we still have 13 minutes to go in this first half. A lot left to play here tonight as the temperatures continue to drop. 59 degrees out there with the wind blowing. Buena comes away with it. A lot of hand fighting there. Trying to push it up ahead to Paige Goodman. Not able to find her yet. A lot of turnovers back and forth between these teams. The crowd's getting excited. Cienega knows what it would mean to beat Buena, particularly at home. And they're going to say a corner kick. So that was deflected off of Buena. It will be a corner kick for Cienega. And the Cienega crowd is cheering. They are in full force tonight. There are, my goodness, at least 70, maybe 80 Cienega parents and family members and friends who are here in this crowd tonight. Watching their reactions here from the broadcast booth, you can tell who is who and who is rooting for who. So Cienega, with their first corner kick of the night. With under 12 minutes to play, that header goes up and over. All the way out of bounds, it'll be a goal kick. No, it's another corner for Cienega. I guess that header was off of a Buena athlete. So Cienega taking their sweet time to get to that corner. No hurry to set that up. Whistle blows from the corner. Lobbing, toss, and the header. That one will go over the crossbar, but that one was headed by Cienega, and that would have been a shocking first goal in this game had it gone in. But it goes over the top of the crossbar. Still 0-0. Ortega kicks it out to her teammate on the far side. The lights are out here inside of our broadcast booth, so I can't see the names and notes anymore because we'd have a reflection on the screen. That goes out of bounds. Who was that off of? They're going to say it's a Buena corner now. So Buena will set up for a corner with 10.5 minutes to play in this first half. Buena sets. The kick blocked. A lot of black jerseys there to turn around and just wide to the left. 10 minutes to go in the first half. 0-0 score. Thank you to Always Faithful Dog Training, correcting behavior and obedience challenges by building a relationship of trust and respect through leadership training with no treats, no clickers, no shot collars, and no gimmicks. And of course, thank you to Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista for over 4.5 decades, serving the best pizza, sandwiches, wings in Sierra Vista. Proud supporter of our live stream sports coverage. And there is Cienega on the move, but getting bumped from behind by Buena. That is part of the reason why they've only given up 6 goals over the course of their 14 games that they've played in this season. The shutouts aren't all because of their goalkeeper. It is because of that back line. Paige Goodman, number 1 player in the state, with the ball. Fighting, wrestling, getting double teamed. Always 2 players on Paige. So there has to be someone open. I don't understand. When you're getting double teamed, just like you do in any sport, that means that someone else is open. And I think they might need to talk about that at halftime, finding the open player. Nonetheless, Buena's setting up for another goal kick. I'm sorry, corner kick. Kick is up, lofting. Landing on the far post. And they're going to say another corner kick for Buena. Thank you to Sonic of Sierra Vista. Wednesday is Wacky Pack Wednesday, kids' meals. Just $2.49. And tonight, because it's Thursday, it's 99-cent corn dogs over at Sonic on East Fry Boulevard. Instead of going toward the goal, they go back and now kick it in as the ball gets deflected back out, and it'll be a throw-in for Buena. Thank you to our good friends at Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for 10 plus years with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud supporter of our local programming and sports here on Cool FM Live. It's Jeff Davenport and Todd Ryan. Under 8 minutes to go here in the first half, a 0-0 game, a shockingly 0-0 game. I did not expect this, a defensive stand down when coming here this evening. Did not have this on my bingo card. I thought for sure we would see the number 1 team in the 5A, the number 2 team in the state of Arizona, playing rock'em sock'em robots here on this field. That does not seem to be the case. Cienega is holding their own. There's no intimidation tonight that Buena normally brings to the table when they face these teams. Could this game be an outlier of a 1-0 game or a 2-1 game? Right now it's 0-0. The Bobcats at the Colts. Cienega with a throw-in. Great move by Cienega. Pushing it up ahead, getting a shot on goal that goes wide to the right. And in a hurry, Adelina will take the ball that was sitting right on the side of her goal and set up with 6.5 minutes to play in this first half. As the ball goes back to Cienega again. What I'm guessing is that Cienega ended up memorizing the game tape of 1 week ago, where there was a 2-2 tie between Buena and Micah Mountain. And they have figured out ways of keeping the ball away from Paige Goodman. That's the first thing they need to do. And trying to find ways of getting an offensive output to have enough shots on goal for a small percentage to sneak by, a minuscule percentage. That's what they need. Because again, it's Buena girls soccer defense, giving up 7 goals over the course of this season. Thank you to our good friends, Sherry and Dion Ethel, the entire Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home or land, make your first call to the real estate experts at the Sherry Ethel team. Sherry's cell phone number is in the post description. Thank you again to all of our sports sponsors making this coverage possible here tonight on the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Jeff Davenport, Todd Ryan. 5 minutes to go here in this first half, a 0-0 game. Buena wearing their black jerseys. On the attack again. It's it inside and blocked again. Every time that ball is there, there are 2 Cienega players around whoever is shooting, but always 2 around Paige Goodman. But to me, that would show that someone is open somewhere. And if Paige could be used as a decoy for that person to get a good shot on goal, that could be their opportunity to give Buena the lead before they go into the halftime locker room here at Buena High School. A throw-in for Buena. Just over 4 minutes left in this 40-minute long first half. As I said a while ago, about 20 minutes ago, we will be having a very special halftime show, an interview with Paige Goodman from the Cool FM Sports guys. Paige was able to stop by and take some time to talk to them about her season, her soccer career, further ambitions that she has in the sport. She is one of the top players in the entire state of Arizona. And she is a Buena Fighting Colt. Adelina Ortega, the goalkeeper, kicking it up in the air. Boy, that would have landed at midfield. She booted that thing a country mile. Now Buena trying to get 1 or 2 more shots here in the final 3 minutes of this first half. There's a big boot from the Cienega goalkeeper. And it is just pinball from end to end. And that kick will go straight to a Cienega player. Good job by the Buena defense to wrangle that ball back on the errant kick. The seldom errant kick by Ortega. Cienega kicks it out of bounds. The player goes down on the slide. And Buena will step away. That player slow to get up. Because there were no shots on goal, I'm not sure how much time the official would add in this first half. Maybe just a minute, no more than 2, but I don't even know if they'll do that. I think they might just let it play out. We've seen them play it out in college, so I would assume they'll do the same thing here at Buena on the high school level. Of course, called several of the COCHISE college women's soccer matches, as they ended up having a fantastic season, ended up going to nationals, and perhaps some of these young ladies will be playing for COCHISE college soccer in the coming year or years ahead. And they're going to say that was a foul against Buena. Or was it out of bounds? I'm not sure. No, they're going to drop the ball and do a free kick with 1.5 minutes on the clock. Cienega kicks it away. It looks like that's going straight out of bounds. Was not able to get the foot turned. Or maybe it's the breeze. The wind ended up carrying it a little bit out of bounds. So Buena with the throw-in. Cienega trying to kick the ball out, and that will be a corner for Buena. With under 1 minute to play in this first half, this could be Buena's final chance of the half to get a goal on the scoreboard. The kick is up. The ball bouncing around. Still in front of the goalkeeper, who finally goes down and smothers the ball as she has bodies on the floor around her, including her own teammates diving over the top of her to try to make sure she got down on that ball. She did, and it looks as if we will go to halftime with a 0-0 score. With 15 seconds left, should there not be any additional time added by the official on the field, less than 5 seconds to go, as number 5 has the ball, dribbles, and there is the buzzer. And I think Cienega has won this first half. It is a 10-minute halftime starting right now. What we will do is we will throw it to Dogalato Dan back in the studio, and he will end up showing you the video of Paige Goodman talking to the Cool FM sports guys as we are 0-0 at the half here at Buena High School. Throwing it to Dan. There you go. Yeah, there it is.
After I graduate from Buena, I'm going to go play 2 years at Eastern Arizona College. Okay. And then I plan on transferring after that and playing I want to play Division I at the highest level. And I've had communication with some colleges, but I decided to go to EA because I have family there and I'll get free college, so.
All right, let's move into the player of the week.
Got a good one, don't we? Got a good one.
Let's rock and roll with that.
Coach Baker here. I got the Cool FM Sports crew here with some very special guests this morning. We have the 2026 Buena girls soccer team. We're going to clap that up. Hey, producer, add some applause sound effects to that. But not only that, we have our player of the week, Paige Goodman. She's one of the members of this fantastic team here. We got Coach Nacho Ortega here. He's going to tell us a little bit about the team and the season that you guys have going on so far.
All right, thank you. So far, it's been a good season. So we've everything we've set out to do to this point, we've done. We won the Brandon Bean Kelly Pierce tournament, beating South Point Catholic twice in that tournament. So they're the defending 4A state champs. They host that tournament every year. When you look at the trophy, it's a lot of South Point. But we beat them 1-0 in the round robin portion, and then we beat them in penalties in the championship game to come out victorious in that. And so far, 12-0-1. So the one draw still keeps us undefeated. We'd rather be 13-0, but 12-0-1. Great, stat line to have, obviously, at this point in the season. So really proud of the girls and everything they've accomplished.
What about Paige? What words do you have to say about her?
It's where to start and where to finish. So Paige, I think in everything she does, Paige is relentless. Paige is unwavering in everything she does, whether we're down, whether we're winning. Paige is hungry all the time. She wants to score. She wants to feed her players. She wants to be a great teammate. I don't think she has an off switch, which is fantastic for us. I think it's just on from the first whistle until the last whistle. And I think she gives everything she has every single game.
Couldn't ask for more than that. I'm going to give it to Paige. So, player of the week, somebody else could say this.
Player of the week, please introduce yourself to the audience and tell them, what position you play and a little bit about the season for yourself this year.
My name is Paige Goodman, and I play forward for our team. This season has been super fun because I get to play with all of my best friends, and I think we're going to do super good this season, where we've already had a very successful season so far. And I think going forward, we'll play one of the better teams in our region on Thursday.
On Thursday?
So that'll be a super fun game, and hopefully we'll be able to take the region title, and then I think we can go really far into state this year.
All right.
All right, I guess let's have the rest of your teammates introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Addie. I'm a sophomore and a goalkeeper.
All right, let's pass that one right back there.
Pass it down. This way.
Hi, I'm JC Haymore, and I am a senior, and I am a center back defender.
Hi, I'm Abigail Lewis. I'm a sophomore, and I play defensive midfield.
All right, so I've got a question for you ladies. Outside of soccer and outside of school, what do you take seriously?
What I take seriously is probably my friendship with all my friends and also my relationship with my family.
Good answer.
Not only do I play soccer, but I do beauty pageants for a program called Cinderella, and we compete here in Sierra Vista, Scottsdale, and Texas during the summertime.
That's an incredible
Very cool.
answer. Yeah,
Very cool.
That's a unique answer for sure.
Outside of soccer and school, I take seriously my relationship with my friends and God.
Outside of soccer and school, I take my relationship with my family very seriously. I have 5 younger siblings, and we're all super close. And I also take my relationship with God very seriously, and I play the piano.
Oh man, a musician, everything.
Got a talented group here.
Right.
I know.
I didn't hear video games one time. I didn't hear video games not one time.
What's your favorite video
We're doing
game?
good.
Is what I should
Get
be
some training. So your record is amazing. Coach just talked about the tough game you had against Douglas. Besides that game, what has been?
Micah Mountain.
I'm sorry, Micah Mountain. Micah Mountain. That's right. The Tigers, Micah Mountain. What is the biggest challenge you think you've had during this season so far?
The biggest challenge for us is getting the younger girls in. So the great thing about our team is that we have a lot of depth, and they're very young. So it's also a great problem to have is we need to get them up to speed to playing at the varsity level. So aside from, I think, 6 girls 6 or 7 girls. The rest are freshmen or sophomores on that varsity roster.
That's ridiculous.
But I think it's a great problem to have, to have youth and, you know, a lot of freshmen, you know, 2 sophomores here, very pivotal to what we do with our team and our success, you know, led by our seniors that we have with us today. But just our biggest challenge is just getting the minutes. Right, in the tough games. You mentioned Douglas. That was a tough game. We went down 1-0, came back 1-2-1. This past week, we played Micah Mountain, went down 2-0 into halftime, came back, tied it up 2-2. Just couldn't find the back of the net in the overtime periods, and ended up tying 2-2. So that's our biggest challenge, is making sure they're getting quality minutes. So that when we get to state, if something does happen, they're prepared to play at that level.
So, Coach, I got one. For any of the ladies that are seniors, any prospective colleges looking so far? Do we have any offers? Do we want to say anything about that yet?
No, I think our seniors are getting a lot of looks. Actually, it's really good. I'll let Paige talk to her, you know, upcoming soccer beyond high school and JC, but I think all of our seniors have been getting a lot of looks, a lot of talking to after games and tournaments and stuff like that. So it's exciting to see our senior class wanting to play soccer beyond high school, beyond Buena, and go out and challenge the collegiate world.
That's so cool.
So that's exciting. Paige, any?
So after I graduate from Buena, I'm going to go play 2 years at Eastern Arizona College. Okay. And then I plan on transferring after that and playing I want to play Division I at the highest level. And I've had communication with some colleges, but I decided to go to EA because I have family there and I'll get free college. So it just seemed like the smart option to me.
It's fairly close, too.
Yeah, it's very close.
That's a great school.
It's a good soccer program.
Yeah, but they were just playing basketball against COCHISE College just last night or the night before. So that's I like that route.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we'll just say thank you guys for coming in. You guys are having a phenomenal season this year, but this is not a coincidence or just a luck thing. You guys were really good last year as well, too. So you want to speak on that a little bit? Because I know you talked about the youth of your team and stuff like that, but this has been building. I know you've been doing a great job. You want to talk a little bit about that as well?
Sure. So last year was my first year taking over the program here at Buena. We made some changes on how we attack training, the mindset. On Fridays, we do homework Fridays. The girls will help each other out. We want to keep our GPA up. We understand that they're student athletes, student first, athletes second, but you know, on top of that and watching film and trying to correct the things that we need to correct, we take the time to talk about adversity, wins, losses, and failures. And I think it helps them out a lot. I hope it does. I hope it's not just Coach Nacho standing up at the podium talking for an hour for no reason. But I think they do take it to heart that, you know, the wins and losses are great, but we're going to have failures throughout life. And they don't have to be a macro failure. It doesn't have to be huge. They can be micro failures, small things that we do wrong every day. And I think building on that from last season has been really good.
Last season?
So last season, I think we ended up 14-3, including the playoffs.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
So we went 5-0 in the region. We won the region title.
So good.
Trying to do that again this year, just to build into the playoffs. You know, better seating. Obviously, we got to play at home. We don't have to travel. As you know, traveling for Buena it's either an hour and a half, 2 hours, or 4 hours, right? Yeah. So if we can make everybody come here, it's beneficial for us. And the girls, you know, from the start of the season, they all bought in. And you know, our upperclassmen, you know, JC, Paige, you know, Livy, Kristen, you know, Haley, who else do we got? Upperclassmen, Michaela, Maya. We got a lot of upperclassmen girls, Jaden Haymore, that kind of took those new freshmen under their wing and really tried to help push them and develop them.
We are back to action here at the second half, powered by SSVEC. The award-winning Cool FM Sports brings you second half action of the #1 team in the 5A. The #2 team in the state of Arizona, our Buena girls soccer team. 40 minutes to glory, a 0-0 game. In the first 40 minutes, only a handful of shots on goal, whereas these two teams have combined for 47 goals in their last 3 respective games. Buena will be firing on all cylinders toward this south end of the end zone in this half as they swap sides of the field, and Buena takes a shot right away in the first 30 seconds that goes wide to the left, a goal kick for Cienega. Recap, Cienega wearing their white jerseys with black numbers and black trunks. Buena wearing all black, black jerseys, black trunks, white numbers on the backs of their jerseys. So glad you're joining us. Jeff Davenport, Todd Ryan, hanging out with you inside the legendary broadcast booth where Steve Kurtz and Kevin Carolan broadcast Buena sporting events from 1978 to 2018. May they both rest in peace. We know they're watching over us every time we step into this hallowed booth at Buena High School. That Buena defense has held solid. The back line has held solid, just like they have all season long. Remember, Buena has only given up 6 goals over the course of their 14 games. 13-0-1. And that one in 13-0-1 happened 1 week ago tonight on the 15th against Micah Mountain. Trying to center that one. That was Hayden Perry, leads the team in steals. The 5'4" sophomore takes a shot on goal that is caught by the goalkeeper. Buena will try to keep the pressure on. That's Dr. Perry's daughter from COCHISE College. It's Hayden, and that ball ends up getting kicked out of bounds by Kristen Harris. So, goal kick for Cienega. 2.5 minutes into this second half. Buena does not want to have another tie on their record. They know they're better than that, especially against this 6-4 Bobcats team. They've scored 42 goals, 25 of which have come in the last 3 games. 2 of those 3 games in double digits. That ball will walk the tightrope all the way down out of bounds. A throw in for Buena. Only 2 games left in the regular season after tonight for Buena. Their final home game will be the regular season finale, Tuesday, February 3rd, as Flowing Wells will come to town. Mark your calendars. We will be here for sure. We hope you'll be here. And we wish you were here right now, but if you're not, and since you're not, pull up a chair. Enjoy some Buena girls soccer live here on the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Powered by SSVEC and all of our sponsors. That Doggo Lotto Dan is running across the Chiron on your screen. We're emanating from the Cool FM YouTube channel. Remember to follow us on YouTube. Streaming to the main page.
Actually, over 2,100 subscribers.
So 2,100 subscribers on YouTube. Buena on the attack again. It's a shot that just goes wide to the left. And who was there to almost get it? You saw Paige Goodman. She was coming up to try to find that edge on that far post as that shot was coming in from the near side. Still 0-0. But Buena starting to find the cracks in the defense of Cienega. As that goes out of bounds, thank you so much to our sports sponsors like the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Looking to buy or sell your home or land, you make your first call to your real estate experts, Sherry Ethel and her team. Sherry's cell phone number is in the post description. Thank you to the Sherry Ethel team for being such a big sponsor of our sports coverage. That ball ricocheted off of Claire Goodman. And again, that back line of Buena kicking it away. There was a push up against the sideline. It's a very chippy nature when these two teams meet, Buena and Cienega. It's like Kristen Harris will be throwing in. There's a sub coming in for Buena. Number 18, Hayden Perry, coming out of the game. As she's getting stretched on the sideline. Looks like maybe a calf cramping going on as the temperatures continue to drop. About 58 degrees outside. Not horrible, but a light breeze will end up making that feel a little bit colder. Everybody here is wrapped up in hoodies and jackets. Abigail Lewis throwing in for Buena. Again, Buena wearing their black jerseys with the white numbers. Cienega wearing their white jerseys with the black numbers. With the photo negative inverse.
Right long ball, the right one, the right one, the right one.
Hazel Ramos there with the ball for Cienega. She is their leader in goals. As the ball slips away to Buena's midline. And there's already two people surrounding Paige Goodman. Trying to clear that ball, and boy, that one took off. Oh, just off the right upright of the goalpost for football. And that will bounce all the way back to the official, who's halfway between the goal and the mid-pitch line, making a goal kick for Cienega. Way too much air under that boot. That ball slips past the defense. It's a foot race for number 12, Kinsey Zerker, trying to edge that side. Stops, centers over the head of her teammate in front of the goal. That ball is still live. My goodness, I thought for sure that would have been out of bounds. The players must have been out of bounds, but the ball stayed in. When it continues to attempt to clear, and they do. Again, back and forth. Good kick by putting that ball up in the air to give yourself a little more room along that sideline. Cienega will throw in. Believe it or not, over 9 minutes gone here in this second half. This game is going by so fast.
Is there overtime in soccer?
Not during the regular season. I believe you end in a tie. You will just end in a draw, which is what Buena did 1 week ago tonight against Micah Mountain in that 2-2 game. The only time I believe high school or college soccer ends up seeing overtime is in playoffs. I believe even Coronado Athletic Club and those teams end up just regular season. That's going to be a foul. No. What are they calling it against? They're calling it against Buena. That whistle was really late. It looked like Hazel Ramos from Cienega ended up getting thrown down inside her own keeper box. So we put a microphone outside to try to give you a little feeling for what the ambiance is like out there. Hopefully you can still hear okay. Hear the call and the broadcast. But there is a lot of folks here tonight. There's a lot riding on this game. Any 5A Southern matchup, and Cienega's in Vail. That's an hour drive from here. So it's a very close nearby. Oh, slips on the ball there, does Hayden Perry. She's back in the game after getting stretched out on the sideline. It maintains control for the Colts. Claire Goodman trying to find Paige, and Paige somehow ends up getting to that ball. Now again, it's up to that Buena defense to come through, including their goalkeeper, Adelina Ortega, only giving up 6 goals over the course of this season. That goes right to her. Makes a stop. We saw Adelina Ortega playing girls flag football this year. Outstanding season for the Buena girls flag football team.
Take it off.
and the expansion of that sport across high schools and colleges and universities around the world, much less across our country, giving those young ladies an opportunity to be able to take their talents to the next level at multiple sports. And it makes sense that soccer stars could be flag football stars as well. Buena with the throw in on the far sideline. Bounces past two Buena players. That kick will go straight to Perry. Hayden boots it up ahead. Great job by number 13, Kristen Harris, keeping that ball in bounds, and that will finally go out of bounds as a goal kick for Cienega. Another substitution coming in for Cienega. Some fresh legs. I believe that's number 14, Ava Mack, a sophomore, coming in for the Bobcats with 28 and a half left to go in a 0-0 game. These two teams have scored almost 50 goals in their last 3 games combined, and they are shutting each other out here tonight. Claire Goodman with the ball. And that will slowly trickle toward the goalkeeper for Cienega. Back line of Buena. Bending but not breaking. The ball is cleared, but it'll be a throw-in for Cienega. Thank you so much to Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for 10 plus years with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud supporters of our local sports broadcasts here on Cool FM Live. And thank you to Sonic of Sierra Vista. It's Thursday, which means it's 99-cent corn dogs over at Sonic. Stop by tonight for a tasty treat after the game. Ortega races over to the near side to pick up the ball. You can see the post description for all of our sports sponsors. And of course, Dan the Man showing them on the Chiron here in a 0-0 game. I still can't believe I'm saying this. This will be a 1-0 game tonight. There's no way that this will not be. Both of these teams, they're so evenly matched, and there is no doubt in my mind that Cienega has memorized the game film of Buena's game versus Micah Mountain from 1 week ago, where the Micah Mountain ended up tying Buena 2-2, and they have figured it out. They've cracked the code so far in the first 55 minutes of this game. And now Buena racing it down. Who gets there first? The ball went off of Buena, deflected off of Buena, but kicked out of bounds by Cienega. We'll see if it's a throw-in or a, looks like some sort of penalty kick. So a penalty against Buena. That ball slowly bounces out of bounds for Cienega to make a throw-in. No, they're saying it's a Buena throw-in. And there will be another substitution going on. This time for Buena, Dea Washington is coming in, the 5'9" freshman. Looking through this roster, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seniors for this team that went 13-0-1 thus far. The future looks bright for Buena High School girls soccer. You're seeing the present and future on this field. And one of the top players in the state of Arizona, Paige Goodman, #1 for Buena. Been double teamed every time she has the ball. It's a double team with another person in the close vicinity. So she was kind of in the middle there for a quick second. And you can You can hear this crowd. They are just raring to rip open for one of these teams to score. Abigail Lewis in control with the ball now for Buena, coming to the near side, just outside the keeper's box. Gets it centered, up and over just the outstretched fingers of the goalkeeper, slipping past them and going out of bounds. Did it touch her fingers? Apparently not. I thought she might have tipped it, which would have made it a corner kick. Instead, the officials, who have a much better view than we do, say it is a goal kick for Cienega. Under 24 minutes to play. Buena has had opportunity after opportunity and come away with nothing. Kristen Harris fighting there. The back line there, JC Haymore kicking it to Adelina Ortega. Ball bouncing over the head momentarily of Buena, but again, this time of possession in this half has been mostly in favor of Buena High School. There is no doubt. Hayden Perry right there to steal the ball away. Leads the team in steals. Makes sense. It should be right in the mix. Has to kick it up ahead to her teammate, Paige Goodman. And they're going to say she was offside?
We can see it better here.
Okay. Just over 22 minutes left in the game. A 0-0 game. Looks like a couple subs coming in. For 11 for Cienega. That's Evan Fitzpatrick. And number 28, McKenna Spilsbury, coming in for Buena. Walking that tightrope, not getting the hook that she needed to keep it in bounds. Throw in Cienega. 21.5 minutes left to play in this game. 0-0. Number 17, Kylie Krebs, ends up booting it up ahead to her teammate. It's a foot race to get there for number 14, Ava Mack. She was one of the fresh legs that came in just recently. That ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Buena, deep in their own territory. Again, you can kind of hear this crowd in the background. They are ready for something, anything. I mean, these two teams are used to a lot of goals in the last week and a half. Last 2 weeks, there have been almost 50 goals between these two teams that have been scored. But that offensive output has come to a halt here tonight at Buena High School. Almost quarter past the hour of 7 o'clock. So glad you're joining us here on the award-winning Cool FM Sports. That ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Buena. Thank you to Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista on Frontage Road for the best pizza, wings, sandwiches, and more. Make sure you stop by Vinny's Pizza, serving Sierra Vista for 45 years. That will bounce out of bounds as well. Thank you to Always Faithful Dog Training, correcting behavior and obedience challenges by building a relationship of trust and respect through leadership training with no treats, no clickers, no shot collars, and no gimmicks. Thank you to Steve over there at Always Faithful Dog Training. Got some friends of ours who just adopted a dog from a Nogales shelter, and they're using Steve for Always Faithful Dog Training for their dog training. And really getting along with him and having a great results with their new dog. Buena on the attack, gets bumped and clanging and banging going on, but it will be a corner kick for the Colts. A scoring opportunity as Kristen Harris will come to the near corner. Hayden Perry standing nearby. Harris boots it toward the top of the key, and that goes into the waiting arms of the Cienega goalkeeper. Another shot on goal for Buena that comes up empty. Still 0-0. But the ball has spent a vast majority of this second half inside Cienega territory. You can hear the crowd, you can hear the banging on the bleachers. Here at Buena High School. Like number 16, Nara Schmidt-Goose coming in for Cienega. So more fresh legs on the field for the Bobcats, as they're really putting it to the Colts tonight. More keep away happening. Just pinball back and forth. Madison Forsberg had it there for a second, kicking it up ahead to Harris. Back to Maddie, a volleyball player for Buena, multiple sport athlete. Not able to keep control of it. Was Hayden Perry, slips past her foot out of bounds. Throw in for Cienega. Back line of Buena. Abigail Lewis. Getting it back to Adelina Ortega, who boots that thing a mile. It looks like Daya Washington has the ball in a 1-on-3 fast break. Kristen Harris trailing. Out of bounds and a throw going to the Bobcats. Buena High School head coach Ignacio Ortega pleading with these young ladies. Again, not sure what they talked about at halftime, but it had to be about finding a way to utilize Paige Goodman as a decoy, because they were always going to put two on her and then have a third shadowing nearby. And there's Paige trying to make the turn, and of course there's two players right there, two defenders in her way. Three, counting the goalkeeper. Oh, fantastic footwork by number 8, Olivia Kerr, with a left-footed kick that goes wide to the left. More subs coming in for Buena. Haley Dale. Haley heads in for Buena. 15.5 minutes to play. Goal kick. Bobcats. Man, big collision out there. Trying to get it to Paige. She's almost heading it to herself, but again, 3 white jerseys and a goalkeeper around Paige Goodman. No chance. As the Cienega Bobcats fans here at Buena High School breathe a sigh of relief, we want to thank Eagle Plumbing. You'll breathe a sigh of relief if you have Eagle Plumbing. You can flush like an eagle with Bobby Balsinger and the entire Balsinger family, providing expert service in Cochise County for over 50 years. Family owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. Eagle Plumbing, just one call away. Proud sponsor of our sports coverage. 14.5 to play in this game, powered by SSVEC. It's Jeff Davenport and Todd Ryan hanging out with you here at Buena High School tonight in a shocking 0-0 game. Just waiting on the edge of our seats, as are the parents, family members, and fans of these teams here tonight at Buena High School. And that looks like it will be, is that going to be a corner kick? They're setting up for a corner. So Cienega will be hitting a corner kick from this near corner. Thank you to Stan Greer Millworks, pass on a legacy. Visit them online at stangreermillworks.com, locations in Hereford and Tucson. So soft kick to Hazel Ramos, lines up for a shot that goes wide to the left, diving Adelina Ortega. Would have been able to block that for sure. Ball comes in from one of the shaggers on both sides, actually, as it'll be a goal kick for Buena. So that short-lived scoring opportunity for Cienega comes up empty. It is still 0-0 here at Buena High School. Claire Goodman with the ball, tapping it up ahead. Hayden Perry maneuvering her way through two different players and gets the whistle as they kick her in the knee. She goes down. Two different Bobcats players were right there on top of her, and it looks like number 7, Jaden Haymore, is ready to check in for Hayden. As we await, they bring out the trainer. They will stop the clock. So the clock stops with 12:39 to go in this game, as they tend to Hayden Perry, the 5'4" sophomore. She plays so much taller than 5'4". We want to say thank you to Desert RV, Jeff Rose, his entire team out there in Huachuca City, aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising events. They do it all. They've done it all. They continue to do it all in so many different ways. And thank you, DesertRVCenter.com. Seniors helping seniors. That's where the seniors are caregivers themselves, and they show up ready to exceed expectations. Find them at Southern Arizona, SHS.com. Their phone number's in the post description. And thank you to our Turf Box sponsor on Doggo Lotto every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Prestige Remodeling and Restoration of Sierra Vista. Making that visionary approach of customer-centric service. Find them online at prestigesierravista.com and watch Doggo Lotto every Monday as the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center opens up just for us to be able to showcase and highlight adorable, adoptable sheltered dogs in Sierra Vista. Over 12.5 dogs just in the last 7 to 8 months that we've been doing this weekly show have been adopted directly from Doggo Lotto. So, we're lining up now. Buena with a free kick. Again, the clock will restart with 12:39 to go. So Perry ends up going over to the sideline, sitting on the bench. Her night might be done. The team leader in steals, and in a 0-0 game, they might need every steal that they can get. Beautiful steal by Abigail Lewis, taking a page out of Hayden's book. That kick will go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Buena. That throw in will go straight out of bounds. So Lewis again. Make the throw in. Header there, trying to make the turn. Not able to get the goal. Another opportunity for Buena. Comes up short as the goalkeeper for Cienega wrangles up the ball. You can hear the Cienega faithful crowd cheering on their goalkeeper. 11:45 to go in this game. As a Cienega player falls over the ball as it goes out of bounds. No, whistle blowing. Clock still running, whistle blowing, so they're going to throw the ball in again, stopping any of Buena's momentum. And the ball is finally cleared back to the Buena side of the field as it's been deep in the Cienega side all game long. And the defense cannot get lackadaisical here with just under 11 minutes to play in a 0-0 game, where this game looks like it could be a 1-0 game either way, going to either team. Buena looking for their 14th victory of the season. Cienega looking for their 7th. Cienega does not have a tie on their record. They're 6-4 outright, whereas Buena 13-0-1. So Paige will throw in. No, she'll drop it and let Abigail Lewis throw in. Just not sure how the Bobcats have been able to figure out this Buena offensive attack to the point where it must be all Paige Goodman. It's Claire Goodman there getting in the mix. And now Cienega, a foot race. JC Haymore gets there first, knocking it over to McKenna Spilsbury. Back to JC. Up to Claire. Right along the sideline. Lewis lets it pass. She comes back to it. She has 2 in the center that she can center it to. They head it out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Buena with 9:15 to play in the game. Broadcasting live from the Steve Kurtz and Kevin Carolan broadcast booth. The legendary Steve and Kevin. That ball goes all the way to the far post, and it is Cienega who comes away with it to be able to kick it free. Thank you to TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Find TWN on Facebook. Buena chasing it down again. McKenna Spilsbury doing a fantastic job on defense. There's a big bump on Claire Goodman there by Kylie from Cienega. It will be a throw-in for Cienega. Just over 8 minutes left in the game. 0-0. Cienega throwing in. Gets past 2 Buena players there. The ball stays deep in Buena territory. The educated feet dancing out there. I've been fortunate enough to be on the sidelines of games like this, and you can't imagine how fast these players are moving while controlling a ball on the ground, stopping on a dime, pivoting their bodies, contorting them in a way that most normal bodies do not move. These are amazing athletes, and remember, these are student athletes on both sides of the field. These young ladies had class today. They had pop quizzes today. They got homework to do tonight, and they're out here performing for us on a Thursday night in January. We're grateful for them and their efforts, and we're grateful for our sports sponsors like American Southwest Credit Union. Fired up to cheer on our hometown athletes. They believe youth sports builds character and the kind of community spirit that makes us all proud. Find American Southwest Credit Union online at ascu.org. Remember, NCUA, equal opportunity lender. And thank you, of course, to the MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista, and all of Cochise County is backed by Morse. Free kick for Cienega. 6.5 to play in this 0-0 game, powered by SSVEC. Jeff Davenport, Todd Ryan, with you inside the Steve Kurtz, Kevin Carolan broadcast booth at Buena High School. Let's go Buena, let's go Chance. Buena is on the defense. Looks like Hazel Ramos is the one who's kicking that ball. Bounces off the back of one of the Cienega players, diving and stopping. Unbelievable effort by Adelina Ortega, reaching out with all of her might to save that ball. And it bounced again. She was able to get up using her incredible quickness that we saw so many times on the flag football field to get on top of that ball before it just got past the chalk line going into the back of the goal. The score is still 0-0. Buena with a free kick after a hit on one of the players. Abigail Lewis lining up to kick the ball. High kick will bounce and go straight out of bounds. Goal kick now for Cienega. The closest that the ball has come to going in was, oddly enough, Cienega, with the best shot that they had all night. And thankfully, to Adelina Ortega and that defense of Buena that's only given up 6 goals in 14 games, came up strong again, keeping that goose egg on the board. But where will the momentum sway with the final 4.5 minutes to play? That you're watching live right here on the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Jeff Davenport, Todd Ryan, here at Buena High School. As that goes out of bounds, Buena throw in. Under 4.5 to play. You can set your watches right now. Count down with us. Hazel Ramos, the educated feet of the Cienega Bobcats top scorer. The ball back to JC Haymore. Trying to boot it up ahead. It's a foot race to get there. Can Paige get there in time? She does. Who is that off of? They're saying it was off of Paige. And this crowd is coming unglued as it's a goal kick for the Bobcats. And they're going to call a foul against Buena. So free kick for Cienega. 3.5 minutes to play. A sense of urgency on both sides of the ball as Hazel Ramos for Cienega lines up to boot the ball. In the Buena half of the field, she gets the air underneath, just off the head of one of the Buena players, and it will be a corner kick for Cienega. Thank you to all of our sports sponsors that make this coverage possible. Again, thank you, Doggo, Lotto Dan, Dan the Man, back in the studio, bringing them all up on the Chiron over the course of this game. Under 3 minutes to play here at Buena High School. That ball goes all the way over, past the far post, and from one end to the other, throw in, Colts. There's Paige, and that goes off of Paige. Throw in for Cienega. Madison Forsberg, Maddie was there to try to get the ball and pick it up, but there's JC Haymore again getting into the action. As a whistle blows, and they're going to stop the clock with 2 minutes and 17 seconds and give a yellow card to one of the athletes of Cienega. I didn't catch the back of her jersey, but she's coming out of the game. That was number 12, Kinsey Zerker. Coming in as number 14, I believe, Ava Mack, back into the game as the clock stops. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. The whistle will blow. The Buena players looking at each other on the field right now, figuring out what this final 2 minutes will look like with them in control. Can They find the back of the net. The clock has started. Left-footed kick. Bends. Maddie gets it turned. And there's Paige with two players right on top of her, both running over her. And again, the Buena crowd is absolutely livid that there was no call against Paige Goodman. That kick goes out of bounds. Buena will throw in. A bad toss from the ball shagger. Claire with the ball on the far side, looking to bring it toward the middle. Lewis with the ball, takes a boot, blocked. Now one more, goes up and over the crossbar. High fives all around for the Cienega goalkeeper who tossed it up, but it's a corner kick that Buena has with 1:05 to play in the game. Soft kick. No shots on goal. Cienega with a goal kick. It appears that they might seal this game in a 0-0 tie. The whistle blows. The ball is kicked. Buena with one last-ditch effort. Claire Goodman trying to chase it down. Jaden Haymore now, just trying to get it back into Cienega territory. And no, they kick it all the way back to their goalkeeper. There is less than 20 seconds to go in this game. There is no room for error. If they're going to try to put one last-ditch effort together, they've got 10 seconds to do it. There's not enough time left in the game. They throw the ball in with 5 seconds to play. Paige makes the turn. Nowhere to go. And that whistle will end this game. It will be the Bobcats pulling off an upset of a tie, as Buena will look on this field and they will decide what they want to do here. I think people want to play another few minutes, and they're not shaking hands. So maybe there will be an overtime here. It looks as if we're going to bonus soccer tonight because there is a 10-minute clock that is running on the scoreboard. So guess what? A bonus quarter. The question is it sudden death? First score wins, or do they have to play it out like you would in a normal soccer game? I did not expect this to happen. And a full 10-minute half, no, now they reset it to 5. So now it's 5 minutes and counting for this break between the end of the game and the next segment. And I don't even know how long an overtime period is. Is it 10 minutes? Is it 15? Is it half of a half? Is it 20 minutes? I was not prepared for this information, Todd. If you can go ask Cole Colvin or the folks there operating the scoreboard, I'd love to get an idea of what happens next. So Todd is finding that out as we are live here at Buena High School in Sierra Vista. I'm coming out here to see where Todd put that thing. I don't want to get us canceled knowing that, hey, how's it going? I don't want to get us demonetized because I got music playing out there, so I'm bringing this back in. Todd, what's the word?
I guess they play 2 10-minute halves, is what I was told when I went next door here.
Okay.
So 2 10-minute overtime halves.
Wow. So this is a lot of extra soccer that's going to be coming your way tonight, because 80 minutes was not enough to determine a winner this evening. So 2 10-minute halves will be coming your way, starting in about 3.5 minutes here on Cool FM Live, thanks to SSBEC, the MORSE Automotive Group, American Southwest Credit Union, TWN Communications, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, Seniors Helping Seniors, Desert RV in Wichita City, Stan Greer Millworks, Eagle Plumbing, Always Faithful Dog Training, Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista, Sonic Drive-In on East 5 Boulevard in Sierra Vista, Duran Plumbing of Cochise County, and the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. All of our sponsors here tonight. They're meeting at midfield right now as the referee is talking to the captains to try to figure out who will start with the ball, who will have opening kick for the first 10-minute period, which will give way to whoever has the kick in the second 10-minute period. These fans making a run for the restroom, and they'll be back in their seats momentarily, but they will only need the edge of their seats tonight. This is absolutely incredible soccer action going on here this evening. 80 minutes, no goals. So, Jeff, how is that good action? There have been some great shots on goal, and you've seen the defense that Buena has put together, that they've only given up 6 goals over the course of their 14 games thus far in this season. Remember, there's 2 games left for Buena. Their next game will be next week on Wednesday the 28th at Desert View, and then it is time for the regular season finale. Tuesday, February 3rd, Flowing Wells will come to town for senior night at Buena on February 3rd. Looking forward to that.
Now, to me, Jeff, because soccer.
Talking to the microphone.
I've played soccer before, years ago, of course.
Yeah.
And for fun. And it is an exhausting sport because you're always
so
running and and then you have those spurts of moments, where you're really, really running even faster than kicking the ball and moving around. Conditioning, I would think, would be a real. Which team is conditioned better at this point as we head into overtime, I think could be a real factor here, right?
And the other side of that is who is playing at home. We are 4,200 feet above sea level, whereas Vail is not. So I would think that the lung capacity of these young ladies from the Cienega Bobcats might be meeting more of a demand on their bodies, a physical toll on their bodies, than Buena does. But this is why we play the game. I didn't think it'd be a 0-0 score after 80 minutes of play. So you're looking live at the Buena Colts. If you're just joining us, we are going to overtime period. Number 1, the Cienega Bobcats are ready to go. I'm hearing their thunderous voices all the way up here in the Steve Kurtz and Kevin Carolan broadcast booth, where they put together the amazing sports calls for Buena High School and all of Cochise County. 1978 to 2018. An incredible run for those two gentlemen. Historic to be here inside the booth that is named after them. And there are the Colts breaking out onto the field. It is our first overtime session, 10 minutes on the clock. So this is overtime number 1 of 2, according to our amazing scorekeepers here at Buena High School. It appears that Cienega will start with the ball. And Buena will be defending the same side that they did during the second half. So they're defending the north goal. Thank you again to all of our sponsors that make this coverage possible. Thanks to Dan the Man, putting him up there on the Chiron for you to see here tonight at Buena High School. Who will strike first? That kick goes over to Madalena Ortega, who had literally the game-saving save in the Buena goal with just a few moments left in regulation. Page has the ball up the near sideline, stops, assesses, but keeps driving forward. And there's Claire Goodman pushing the ball over to Maddie. And that ball goes way up high, way out. So again, a very good contingency of family, fans, and friends from Cienega in the Vail area. It's just a 1-hour drive from Sierra Vista. As these fans are all ready just to come unglued. That was a pull, a tug on the back, and they're letting it play. You could see the tug on the jersey from all the way up here. They are really letting these players, and now finally a whistle blows as Paige Goodman goes down hard. The top player in the state. She's got a bullseye on her all night long. Why are those players standing so close? They need to step back, and the official will measure off where their wall needs to be built. So Paige Goodman will have a free kick on the near corner just outside the keeper's box. Only 2 members of the Cienega wall. As Paige takes a look, 8 minutes to play here in overtime number 1. She hooks it to the left. It goes back to her. Has 3 players on her, by the way. And another high boot. And that one goes up through the uprights. Not a 3-point play for Buena in soccer. Goal kick for the Bobcats. 7.5 to go here in this first overtime. First of 2 10-minute periods. And trying to cut off the Cienega player. Great job by that defense, kicking it out of bounds, letting the defense live to fight another battle. I believe that was Olivia Kerr, number 8. Heading him off at the pass. But they're going to say that was a foul against Cienega. So it'll be a free kick for Buena instead. As their goalkeeper, 5'7" sophomore Adelina Ortega, outstanding multiple sport athlete for Buena High School, kicks that ball. That goes out of bounds off of Cienega. Cienega's number 1, Hazel Ramos, leads their team in goals. Shut out tonight, just like Buena is. There's Paige Goodman. Gets pushed and shoved, and a whistle blows. Kristen Harris, 5'4" junior, making the free kick. And off the instep of Maddie Forsberg goes out. It'll be a goal kick. 4 minutes gone, 6 minutes left to go in overtime number 1. It is 0-0. Cienega, in their last 3 games before tonight, put up 25 goals. Buena, in their last 3 games before tonight, put up 22 goals. And tonight, 80 minutes was not enough to determine a winner, as neither team could find the back of the net. The kick goes out of bounds. Cienega with a throw-in. 5.5 to go here in the first overtime. First 10-minute period. Bonus football for you this evening under the Thursday night lights at Buena High School. Jeff Davenport and Todd Ryan hanging out with you. Glad you're hanging with us. Leave some love in the live chat for your Buena Colts. They need to feel you. They need to hear from you. Maybe you're watching, rooting for Cienega. Hey, they need to hear from you too. Walking the tightrope of that near sideline. Goes out of bounds. Throw in for Cienega. And throw it to Hazel Ramos. Again, just playing pinball back and forth. Put a microphone outside the broadcast booth so you can kind of feel the energy of what the crowd is feeling. Get a better idea, because it's nice and quiet, and absolutely lovely in here. Nice and warm. Thank you again to Buena High School Athletic Director Cole Colvin for giving us this booth right here. Deep in their own territory, there's Buena goalkeeper Ortega punching the ball out as the ref gets in the way. Boy, he was really slow moving to try to move there. I think he could have gotten out of the way, but that's all right. So he'll drop it, and Buena will have control. You can hear the crowd getting louder and louder. Less than 3.5 to play in this first 10-minute overtime period. It is flying by. You can see the enthusiasm and excitement on that Cienega sideline as they're bundled up. Whistle blows. Abigail Lewis, 5'4" sophomore, kicks that out of bounds. Boy, these parents on both sides, family members on both sides, literally will come unglued should there be a goal tonight. And so far, 87.5 minutes is not enough to find the back of the net. Another throw-in for Cienega. Deep in Buena territory. 2 defenders there. Buena comes away with it. To boot it up ahead, back to mid-pitch, controlled by Cienega. Ball movement seems to have been sloppy all night. Passes not as crisp, the shots on goal not as sharp. Just over 1.5 minutes left to go in this first 10-minute overtime. Kylie Krebs getting defended by Hayden Perry, who draws the foul. But with 1.5 minutes left to go, what can Buena do? Sliding, bodies on the ground.
Losing control of the game.
Losing control of the game. I just heard one of the fans say here, I believe he was telling that to the head official on the field, with 1 minute to play in this first overtime period. The Bobcats will have a free kick. They take their sweet time. 15 seconds they're taking to make that kick. And Buena boots it back right to them. And now with less than 30 seconds, looks like one last chance for Cienega. No, quick turnaround, steal by Buena. Can Buena make it happen with 15 seconds to go? Before that buzzer will sound, Claire Goodman finds the edge. 3, 2, 1. And that buzzer will mark the end of the first 10-minute overtime. So 5 minutes to break for these young ladies. 90 minutes is not enough. We will go to 100 minutes. Unbelievable effort by both of these teams. And a fantastic effort by Dan the Man back in the studio. Of course, Todd Ryan behind the camera working this tonight. Thank you to all of our sponsors who make this coverage possible. Of course, this game is powered by SSVEC. They're sponsoring all of our youth, are presenting all of our youth sports coverage all season long, and we're so grateful for them. Of course, and thank you to the MORSE Automotive Group. Boy, you know, we get to see some really cool looking cars every Tuesday when we do our Vehicle of the Week segments over there. So much fun to see how that works. I'm going to grab the outdoor mic because they're playing some music that, you know, could get us canceled if we listen a little bit too long. So we'll bring that back inside. As you know, a lot of cool stuff there that the Ed Morse dealerships have. Thank you so much to Teddy Morse, friend of mine, and and Bob Santa Maria, who we saw last night, as the Buena wrestling team ended up doing some serious damage with Brock Santa Maria. My goodness, looked great last night. What he made his pin in less than 30 seconds, I believe, Tom.
Yeah. Buena wrestling team just dominated over Choya. That's how it's pronounced, right?
Yep.
Choya.
That's right.
And Catalina Footnails.
Yes.
And they looked really good last night anyway, but yeah. And Hayden, one of the Hayden boys, right?
Yep.
Or Haymore
boys, yeah.
Got his 100th wrestling win of his career.
That's right. That was really exciting to see on the mat last night. He let us know before he went out there that if I get a win tonight, that'll be my 100th high school victory. And so I got to announce that to the crowd, which is a lot of fun.
You did a great job.
I texted Bob Santa Maria. He seemed happy with my efforts. He said, "Man, you made the night." I was like, "I don't know. I think those Buena wrestlers made the night. They were making it easy for me to say, another pinfall victory goes to Buena High School."
Yeah.
And do that. So that was a heck of a lot of fun last night. Thank you to the Ed Morse Automotive Group, where Bob Santa Maria is the general manager overseeing all of those dealerships. Thank you to American Southwest Credit Union. Jay Williamson over there working hard to keep your money local and to support local things. That's what ASCU is all about. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Thank you to TWN Communications with their high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, the Turf Box sponsor for Doggo Lotto, the dog game show. You know, recently I was just telling a story about I had someone tell me, "Jeff, you call yourself a journalist and you didn't ask Sheriff Mark these really tough questions." And I'm like, "Oh, I have never, nor do I ever plan to call myself a journalist. I host dog game shows." You think I'm a journalist? Wow.
I never heard you call yourself a journalist.
No. I know. Yeah, you've been my best friend for like 5 years, man. So yeah, if you've never heard it, it ain't never happened. So anyway, but and using that phrase, the dog game show, you can see every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time, and help these dogs get adopted at the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center. Thank you, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration. Thank you to Seniors Helping Seniors at Southern Arizona, SHS.com, Desert RV Center at desertrvcenter.com. 90 minutes, not enough. We're going to the final 10. The final overtime here tonight. The last 10 minutes to determine a winner this evening. Thank you, Stan Greer Millworks and Eagle Plumbing. Always Faithful Dog Training. Speaking, they're one of the sponsors for Doggo Lotto as well. Paige Goodman. A lot of clanging, banging, bodies moving, and they're going to call that against Paige for some reason. And again, you can hear the crowd. You can feel the emotion of this crowd here tonight. They're loving the number one team in the 5A Southern. But again, there are no gimme games in the 5A Southern. And Cienega is proving that tonight. 91 minutes gone. 9 minutes left to play. They're going to say that is a Cienega throw-in. As the lactic acid starting to build up in the muscles of these young student athletes out on this field tonight. All the effort that they've been giving this entire game. There's Paige, one right on her and two shadowing. Maddie Forsberg pushes it up ahead. Shot goes wide to the right, way wide to the right. Thank you, Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista, Sonic, where we got to see the big banana car this past weekend, the BBC. Had a great time talking with, I think his name was Steve too, wasn't it? Yeah. 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 Steve from England, but has lived in Michigan for 30 some odd years. Drives his big banana car around. That was a lot of fun talking to him. Page driving, and no. And yet again, no, now they're saying it's a corner kick. Now the official finally says it's a corner kick after saying it was a goal kick at first. Thank you to Duran Plumbing and the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. All of our sports sponsors. It appears that Paige herself will take the corner kick. Under 7.5 to play in the game. That kick goes so far, but goes right back to Paige on the header. Maddie Forsberg with a chance, but cleared momentarily by Cienega. That's Dea getting into the action there for Buena. Kenneth Spilsbury also in the shot there. Hayden Perry. Boy, she's spent some time on the sideline with some cramping issues and injury issues, but she is a baller. She is out there. In the 94th minute of this game. Dea, can she push it ahead? They need to make their windup and shot much quicker in the position that they've been doing it from. They've been waiting too long. Cienega is still too fast. Closing speed has been remarkable. You can hear this crowd easily a couple hundred fans here tonight to cheer on both of these teams. It is always a interesting rivalry when it comes to Buena and Cienega. The history between these two teams. Snap pop straight up in the air. It'll be a free kick for Buena. Lewis takes the kick. Headed out of bounds. It will be a corner kick for Buena. And now this crowd starting to come to life for the Buena Fighting Colts. This ball's up in the air and that goes nowhere. 5 minutes are gone in this second 10-minute overtime. Good job to be patient and wait for that ball to come to you. And try to set something up here. It's Paige trying to make the turn. No, getting the ball stolen away, but she hangs in there. 3 players on her, trying to dive through. And just outside the keeper's box, it will be a penalty against Cienega. Paige will line up as the official heads over to march off the 10 yards of where the 2-person wall will take place. A lot of times the officials carry the spray can, so they spray the line where those players can stand. He obviously doesn't do that. Just over 4 minutes to go in this game. Paige Goodman taking a shot from the near side. It's up and over. A little too much air, and the goalkeeper knew it. You could see, she saw that it was going. She didn't even make a jump to try to deflect. She knew it was over the top. An outstanding job by the Cienega goalkeeper tonight and the entire Cienega team. No matter how this plays out, they have played their tuckuses off. It has been outstanding as the 6-4 Bobcats taking on the 13-0-1 Buena Colts. Cienega now on the far sideline. A 2-on-4 fast break turns into a defensive turnover. And a chase. Just not in time for Haley Dale or Paige Goodman. Just over 3 minutes to play. Temperature continues to drop, 55 degrees. A little less with the wind. Great job by McKenna Spilsbury to race that ball down. And they're just playing keep away at this point, as Ortega waits for the ball to come to her inside the keeper's box. Chucks it to the far side of the field. Under 2.5 to play in the game. As Buena has had so many chances, but just no real good looks. And Paige Goodman has had 2 shots on goal at the most, because she's had 3 people on her, 2 people usually double teamed, and then a shadow within about 5 to 10 yards. But there's a caught in the air. Getting a short kick, no elevation, a line drive kick. As Buena kicks it back to Ortega. 1.5 minutes to play. 0-0 score. 98.5 minutes. Not enough time to put the ball into the back of the net. Oh, interesting hop there. That ball has some air under it that time. Knuckleball kick. Lands. Big body collision there. Body checking going on. JC Haymore trying to hang in there, and she's giving it back just as much as she got. Under 1 minute to play. Good job by the ball shagger, having that ball ready to throw out. They're going to do it again. No, they're going to say that was off of Buena. It'll be a Cienega throw-in with 40 seconds left to go in the game. In this second overtime period. We're in the 100th minute of play. Ortega lets it go all the way out. 30 seconds to play. She will drop it, kick it. And Buena has 22 seconds to try to get a final shot on goal. And it will not happen. 12 seconds. The Let's Go Buena chants. The crowd. The cheers. 3 seconds left. 100 minutes. 0-0 tie. What an outstanding, unreal effort by both of these teams as you see them come together to shake hands. Cienega is treating this like a victory. And quite honestly, they should. Cienega goes to 6-4-1. Buena goes to 13-0-2. Cienega's next game will be Monday the 26th at Catalina Foothills. Buena's next game, the penultimate game of the season, will take place at Desert View on Wednesday the 28th. And mark your calendars for their regular season finale right here at Buena High School as Flowing Wells comes to town on Tuesday, February 3rd. Thank you again to all of our sports sponsors. Thank you to SSVEC, powering and presenting all of our sports coverage all season long. Signing off on behalf of Doggo Lotto Dan back in the studio. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Todd. On the camera tonight, it's Jeff Davenport signing off from Buena High School. A disappointing 0-0 tie for 2 teams that have put up nearly 50 goals in the last 3 games. Well, they made up for it tonight by doing the donuts. Good night from Buena High School, everybody. Stay tuned to Cool FM Live for all the latest news, sports, information, so much more that Todd Ryan has put together brilliantly and given you the opportunity to have all this news, all this information, all free of charge, all at your fingertips because of the power of Cool FM Live. Have a great night, everybody. We'll check in with you again later on.